Hello, hello, hello. Come on in the house, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to Love Coach Sessions Live. I'm your man, KTJ, and they call me the Love Coach. And thank you guys for being here today. Today, we got a good show for you. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about, are you and your partner compatible? We got a compatibility talk going on here today. There's a lot of people who are interested in relationships and love and getting married. I saw somebody getting married today. People want the happily ever after, but the question is, are you compatible? Are you compatible? Are you and your partner compatible for the long haul? All right. So thank you guys for joining me. Look, hop in the chat room. We got space in the chat room for you. I want you to drop your questions, your comments, your concerns. I want to hear your thought. I want to hear your feedback. I learn from you guys. I learn from the process of sharing with you. So I would love to learn from you as you learn from me. And if you're watching this on the replay, please drop your comment in the box below, and I will read it. I'll check it out, and we'll talk about all of it. So today we're getting into it. We're talking about compatibility. I was watching a show. I guess it was TMZ or one of those shows, and it was show they were on there with the Braxtons, and the Braxtons, Trina has already gotten married. She got married over the course of the pandemic to a man. He's been married a couple times. She's been married a couple times, and they got married. They got hitched, right? And there's another one on there, Tawanda. She's just announced that she's getting married. She's engaged, and she's never been married, never had a wedding before. So she's excited about having a wedding. And all this wedding talk, right? There's a lot of conversation about weddings, and who's going to be where, what colors you're going to wear, what designer gown you're going to wear, where it's going to be, all of this thing, who to invite to the wedding, all of these things. But I wonder if anybody at some point in time just stops for a moment and asks, are we compatible? Is this really a good idea? Now, sometimes people have a fantasy. They watch the Hallmark Channel. And the Hallmark Channel, the man comes and professes his love to the maiden. And he tells her, I have been watching you for a long time, and I see you and I having a home, making babies, living on a hilltop, and I see us living happily ever after. And, for the most part, right? It happens sometimes, but for the most part, men don't talk like they do on the Hallmark Channel. Okay? In reality, for most times, if a woman wants to get married, it's going to have to be her idea. Unless she's been unless she's been married before, right? But if she's never been married before, it's generally a woman's idea to get this thing going for her security, for her comfort, and for just the feeling of togetherness for the long haul. But how do you know if you guys are compatible? Let me ask you a question. If you argue, does that mean you're not compatible? If you have disagreements, does that make you not compatible? I know the answer is maybe, right? The answer to all of that is maybe. The answer to all of that is depends on what the argument is. If you arguing about things that are trivial, things that are really not important, you won't pick up your socks. You won't park in the right parking space. You won't make dinner. You burn the dinner Like if it's those trivial things, those things are things that regular couples go through and they work through, right? But if those things are actually attached to deeper issues, right? She doesn't cook the food the way you like her to cook the food because you only liked your mama's cooking. And she doesn't cook like your mama. And she doesn't clean like your mama. And she doesn't do this and do that. Now we could have a problem if you can't get past it. You could have something that seems trivial become a compatibility problem. Seems trivial, right? Because but that trivial thing could be attached to you being unconcerned. It could be attached to narcissism, like real stuff, right? So how do you know? How do you know if you are compatible with somebody or you guys are just going to butt heads? Because let me tell you something. Life is just too short to be butting heads with somebody every day. Life is too short to just be in a place where you're just angry. You wake up mad, you go to bed mad. You wake up frustrated, you go to bed frustrated. Life is just too short to be trying to put a round peg in a square hole. Okay? It's too short. It's too short and unpredictable, right? So I believe that compatibility first starts with yourself. Like I'm gonna get to it, you guys. We won't have a lot of time on this show, so I'm gonna get to it. I think compatibility starts with you. Are you compatible with you? Do you follow your own ideas and your rules? As you're getting together and as you're seeking your partner for the long haul, are you the partner that you seek? Are you what you hope for? Do you check all the boxes that you expect to check all the boxes on? Yeah, I like to net people in. I like to bait people in on this idea. Are you compatible with the partner? Yeah, it's them. Are they compatible with me? No. Are you compatible with you? Let's start there. Because unless you are happy with yourself, unless you are fulfilled in yourself, unless your own love tank is full because you fill it up every day, it's not going to work. Nobody will be compatible with you unless you are compatible with yourself. Nobody will be able to express love to you if you don't have any for yourself. Because if you don't have any for yourself, you don't have anything to give. And nobody's going to keep dumping love into you and not receiving any love. It's not going to happen. Are you compatible? Are you compatible with you? So starting with you, are you compatible with you? Now, the second thing, if you're talking about like the question of compatibility, where is your life going? Okay. What do you guys share? What do you have in common and what do you share in common? Now, listen to this. This is one of the biggest issues that leads to a lot of other issues, right? People got together and they happen to be around the same place at the same time, but they weren't into that thing at the same time. They met out front at the Star Trek convention on 42nd Street, right? And the convention was nice, but maybe one person was going to the convention and one person was just coming out of the pizza shop standing in front of the convention. Thought it was cute, thought the convention was cute. And so you show up to the convention and pow, you turn your head and there they are. Wow, she's gorgeous. He's so handsome. So your eyes connect right outside the Star Trek convention, surrounded by Trekkies, right? And then you look, catch your eyes catch, and you guys exchange numbers, you exchange phone numbers, you exchange, and then you go on your merry way. Okay? Go on your merry way. You guys connect again. later on and decide, hey, this could be something, go out a few more times and decide, hey, we got something. The question is, how many of those somethings do you have in common? Because I'm telling you, one of the reasons that couples break up is because they don't have anything in common. Yes, you were standing in front of the Star Trek convention, but if you are not a Trekkie and you know how passionate the Trekkies are, that's something that you don't have in common. And that might send you in different directions. The more commonalities you have, the more likely you are to want to be together. Now, some people believe in the opposites attract theory. Sometimes they do. Sometimes a person is, a plumber. Sometimes marries a lawyer, right? Sometimes Madam Lawyer, she enjoys what she does, but she like a blue collar man. She like a man who work with his hands, right? A man that get dirty, come home dirty. She don't like a guy with white shirts and suit and tie on. She around him all day. She like a man with a slow hand, with that works with his hands. Okay, but the thing is, where they're gonna meet? They're not in the same circles, so that right there doesn't happen that often. You're more likely to meet somebody who's in your circles, because compatibility, like attracts like. You become compatible with the people in your region. You're more likely to connect with somebody. That's why people actually go to universities and choose certain kinds of universities. Why? Because at that time in your life, you are more likely to choose somebody from that university who has some aspirations on higher learning. Good place to meet somebody. Okay? So, are you willing to spend time around people who have aspirations that are different from yours, or at least people who you can connect with? Compatibility. I think a couple has to continually be finding ways to be compatible. Sometimes you can find ways. Sometimes you both can join the roller skating club. All right. If you're looking for places to find these groups, I know somebody's asking this question. Well, where can I find these groups? Look, go on Meetup, meetup.com. I'm not getting an endorsement from them today, but meetup.com. You look up your town and look at what's going on in your town, and you'll find people who are doing a lot of different things. Find the kickball club, the soccer club, the bird watchers, the hikers, the skaters. Everybody's there. And you can join those clubs. Now, that's also a great way to meet people. Why? Because you're meeting people that you're already compatible with. Not somebody you got to drag to go roller skating. If you join the roller skating club, guess what? They're already roller skating. This is something that I suggest to my clients. This is a good tip that I give to my clients. I'm giving it to you guys today. Find these groups of something that you're either passionate about or have a strong interest in, and get social there. Now, we can't do a lot of meeting up right now. We can't do a lot of in-person meetings, but trust me, there are a lot of ways, even online, for you to make the connections. And the more connections you make with a person, the more likely you guys are to stick together and be compatible together. The last thing you want to do is have to drag somebody. Come on, it's time to go skiing. And they're like, I don't want to go ski. It's cold. Time for lessons. It's time for this. I got to pay for skiing. You got to pay for what? How much is this skiing going to cost me? It costs how much for those boots? You don't need that. You need somebody who already know how much boots cost, how much skiing poles cost, how much the trip costs, how much the glasses cost, how much the bomber costs. They already know. And so they're willing to allow those things. And I'm telling you, you'd be amazed as to how many people get hooked up with somebody that they've got nothing in common with. This is the downside of getting physical and getting intimate too soon. Sex too soon. It blinds you to all these things. And so you're just going with the emotions that you feel, which is just a dopamine hit in your brain. And it's just that. It's not the actual person, because they are just the person, but it's what you feel from them. So you're going by feelings, and everything is feelings. Well, I'm telling you, good relationships are half feelings and half logic. The person has to go beyond just a warm feeling that you feel. They got to make sense for your life. Are you guys with me? Look, they gotta make sense. They gotta have a place in your life, a place where they fit. I can remember my parents, they met and they were both involved in church. They met at church. Both were involved in church, and it just made sense for them to get together. They liked each other. They both had that in common, and so they were able to build together and build a family around church. They went and started their own church. Made sense. And but I've seen these same scenarios where a person really liked the other person, maybe really even loved the other person, but one was really involved in, let's say, church, and the other person was like, I'll go. And they just go. Well, if you're a person and then that person goes and starts the church, now they got a mate that just, that means they're going to show up. That means they're going to help with the programs. No. And that is going to turn to And people can feel the tension, people can feel the emotion, and people can tell when the couple is not on the same sheet of music. And it negatively affects the marriage and the ministry. I've seen it happen, you guys. And so since it does, now we got animosity because the person isn't the right fit for the job. So one of the most important things you can do is know who you are. Self-awareness. Look, this whole thing, are you and your partner compatible? Self-awareness. Do you even know if you are compatible? Are you compatible? Do you even know if you guys are on the same path? So I always suggest anybody, look, premarital counseling, do it. Go to conferences, go to events, couples events, do all of those things to make sure that you guys are on the same sheet of music. It's not easy. It's not easy. And if you end up hooking up with somebody who's you're actually not compatible with, and you end up marrying them, it can be a long road and a long, hard road. So I hope you guys are getting something from this. Look, I encourage you to drop your comments in the comment section below. I want to hear what you guys have to say on this topic of compatibility. Can a person come back if they're not compatible? A couple, like, can they become compatible? I'd love to hear more of this and have the conversation in the comment section below. All right. You guys hit that subscribe button and then hit the like button. I need everybody to hit that like button on your way out. And until next time, peace and love. Bye.